What's up, everyone? I'm excited to do another unboxing today. This time it's going to be another Apple computer. Now, as you know, I already got my iMac, which is actually recording this video right now, and I had a MacBook that I was using back when I first started this channel. I've had that since 2009. It's a MacBook Pro, and as much as I loved it, it was getting old, and so I sold it. Got about $300 for it. It's a pretty good price. And so I was like, I don't really need a laptop anymore. I don't use it that much anymore. I got my iMac. I'm all good. I got my iPhone. I don't need a laptop. And then I realized I'm sitting on the couch and I'm using my iPhone, but I kind of miss having something slightly bigger. So that's where this comes in. This is going to be the 2015 MacBook. Just the MacBook, not the MacBook Pro and not the MacBook Air. Now, a lot of you might be saying, my computer sucked. It has USB-C and it's really underpowered and everything. And I'm like, that's kind of what I want. I want something that's not overpowered. Just something for my lap when I'm on the couch or when I'm traveling. And I can take with me, and it's really light. Perfect for trips. So here we go. This is the charging brick. It's a lot smaller, and it's because it's a lower power computer. But generally it's the same. The only difference is now it uses USB-C, which is the newest form of USB. Which, generally that's a good thing. Everyone complains about Apple being proprietary in their cables and stuff. So they're using USB, which is great for the fact that now when you go to your friend's house, eventually, maybe in a couple of years, everyone's going to start having USB charging, and you won't have to be like, oh, sorry, I need an Apple power brick. It doesn't matter. It uses USB. It's really small. It's reversible, which is fantastic. That's one of the greatest things about the Lightning cable. So it's great to have that in the charger as well, which was reversible, but as far as USB goes, for data transfer, that's now reversible, which is fantastic. Put that to the side. Next, let's see if we can get the laptop. So this one is in space gray, which is the slightly darker color of gray, I guess. Wow, look at that. Look how thin that is. That is ridiculous. Now, I bought this off of eBay for about $836. That is an incredible price for a one-year-old Apple computer. As far as computers go, that's still not too bad of a price. For something this incredibly thin and still decently powered, that's a pretty good price. I strongly suggest doing that if you can find a good used one, because they just refreshed these, which means everyone who has the old one might want to upgrade to the newer one, so they'll be selling it at a reduced price. Wow. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I have a friend who has one. I think he also has space gray. But at the time I was like, man, who would want a computer that small and that underpowered and that expensive? And then I'm like, a year later, I'm doing the same thing, but that's only because I could get a really good price on it. I'm going to do the whole Steve Jobs pose. See if I can get that. Wow. That's amazing. Incredibly thin. Unapologetically thin. One of the new features is the keyboard. So the keyboard, I think, uses a new mechanism for typing. Obviously, it's not like a mechanical keyboard where it's like click, clack, click, clack. It's still chiclets, but they're even thinner because of this new mechanism for the under the key. They have individual LEDs. That's the difference. Instead of a full array, each key gets its own LED. I don't think there's anything cool you can do with that. I would imagine that, it'd be cool if like you're typing, type the A, which would be this one, and then the A lights up. That'd be really cool if you could like light up as you're typing. But I don't think you can do anything like that, of course. It's Apple hardware and software. So the keyboard's new. I have tried it before, and it is kind of strange and difficult because you don't get that feedback, you don't get that push. It's still obviously, it's still a push there. You have to push the key. It's not like the trackpad, which is now just fake. It's force. It doesn't even move right now. It doesn't do anything. It still has that push there, but it's so small that it can take a while to get used to it. It's 12 inches, so it's a little bit smaller than the MacBook Pro, a little bit bigger than, well, in between 11-inch and 13-inch MacBook Air. This has a Core M3, I believe, Core M5 maybe, which is like their mobile processors, which are a lot lower in their gigahertz, but gigahertz doesn't always say how good of a performance it can be. It does not have the backlit Apple logo. Now it's just like a shiny Apple logo, much like the iPhone is now. On the right, we have absolutely no plugs except for a headphone jack. And then on the left, you have a USB-C plug. Now, it is a shame that it's only one. There's definitely room for another one. I don't know why there isn't one, or isn't another one. They didn't even do that for the refresh that came out just a couple weeks ago. So that sucks, but you can buy all sorts of adapters and dongles, and there's third-party ones, so you don't have to buy the overpriced Apple ones, which is fantastic because USB is now a standard. It's not proprietary like Apple stuff usually is. So if it works on a Chromebook, Pixel, whatever USB-C products there are out there already, it will also work on this. So that's great. So that means I actually bought an adapter for about $40, $30 or $40, with a HDMI and a USB 3 port. So you can find it. It's out there. As I said, it's a magic trackpad. It's force feedback. It uses a motor inside instead of the actual movement of the trackpad. It's extremely light. Very light. I could throw it like a frisbee. Some of you, I'm sure, would say that's probably a better use than as a computer, but I'm going to use it as a computer. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I definitely suggest looking at this computer. There will be a link in the description below to buy it on Amazon, so please check that out if you'd like to have one of your own. Anyways, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.